let's see. I'm at like take 967 because my stupid dogs just love to bark and I'm just trying to get this done. So my name's Christine and I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I own a not a swing club. Wait, hold on. Let me fix that. My name is Christine and I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I own an alternative lifestyle club called Wonderlands. And we're all inclusive, meaning that we cater to poly, open, BDSM, swing, an LGBTQ plus. Um, so everybody. So today we're talking about the difference between open relationships, polyamorous, and swinging. Cool? Cool. So, pretty much in my experience of consensual, ethical, non monogamy, both being in the lifestyle and also working as a club owner, I have learned that there is no way to completely 100% describe the open poly swinging, because they all of these dynamics can be very liberating, but they can also be very confusing. Liberating because it gives you the permission to actively create and recreate relationships, um, but also confusing because people may have different meanings for the terms that they use to describe the relationship that they're in. Especially poly. Poly is huge. So we're just basically covering open relationships, polyamorous, and swinging right now because they're the basis. So, an open relationship is when partners, maybe they're boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, wife, same sex partners, different sex partners, maybe they're cohabitating, maybe they have kids, maybe they're friends with benefits. All kinds of people can get into open relationships. It's not limited to one type of couple, it's vast. So their partners, no matter if they're female, male, female, in a loving relationship, in a marriage, in a friends with benefits, in a casual situation, these are people that have established relationships with each other, and that they openly agree that they're also going to um, share other people, basically. They may do this together, separated, or in the combination of both. The connections that they make outside of the relationships may or may not be romantic, sexually involved. It could just be recreational. Maybe they just want to go out and they want to go to comedy clubs. But their partner's not interested in this. Maybe they want to play football. Maybe they want to wrestle. Maybe whatever. It's not just about sex. It could be all kinds of things. That's what's great about these dynamics is there is no definitive definition of them. It could be so many things. So they can make connections outside of their relationship that might be sexual, romantic, emotional, recreational, all kinds of things. And it's common for the couples to establish agreements on what they can and cannot do with other people. And these agreements will vary from couple to couple and may change over time. They may evolve, they may add more stuff, they may take stuff away, just depending on the needs and the desires of the parties involved. So far, you get it? It's not that complicated, but it's interesting. So then polyamorous is a huge, vast community. They have polyamory, the umbrella of polyamory, and they have all these great little things hanging down: solo polyamory, primary polyamory, kitchen table polyamory. They have these great subcategories that are amazing that you can find almost anything that would fit for anybody. And polyamory is basically defined as the practice of loving more than one person and the practice of loving in many different ways. Might be sexual, might be emotional, might be recreational, might be so many different things. I love that polyamory allows for everybody to be involved, be who they are, and find healthy ways of being in relationships with other people. It's like open relationships. Polyamory takes on a form of the people who choose to have this lifestyle. They could do kitchen table polyamory, solo polyamory. There's so many dynamics of it. Polyamory stands out from other consensual, ethical, non monogamy in that polyamorous people are drawn to the relationships that are emotionally involved for the most part. In love, okay, and people in polyamorous relationships tend to view their relationships equally rather than assigning labels like primary and secondary. Now there are relationships like in mono primary where they have one primary relationship and then somebody or both have these secondary relationships feeding into them, like a husband and a wife, and maybe the husband has a girlfriend and the wife has a girlfriend, all kinds of things. I mean, the dynamics and the way that they can do all of these relationships is amazing, and it's very individualized. Now, swinging. Swinging is a form of social sex. Now, it has evolved over the years. 5 years ago, when I got into swinging, 20 years ago, when I got into swinging, it wasn't the same. It was, I hit it and quit it and get the fuck out. Now it's like they're going to tea, getting pedicures, getting manicures, they're raising their kids together. It's really mimicking like some polyamorous relationships. It's evolved in 5 years because now you have swingers that are doing crossovers into polyamory. They're getting into BDSM. I mean, like the sky's the limit on the definitions of these dynamics. And but it is centered around social sex. Singles and couples, they are called swingers, engage in different kinds of sexual sharing and swapping of each other, or the dynamic might only include voyeur and exhibitionism. You don't have to have sex. You might just be a voyeur and an exhibitionist, and you and your partner are sharing the sexual experience of watching or being watched together. So the degree of intimacy and sexual involvement differs from every encounter and is defined by the clear boundaries and agreements of all the parties. There's always going to be, in all of these dynamics, a type of negotiation involved. Everybody should be negotiating. Everybody. And so swingers can be a great way to enhance sexual energy and connection in any relationship, as with any forms of consensual, ethical, non-monogamy. And open and honest communication is essential. If you don't have openness and honesty, you have nothing. Really, you don't. If you're not open and honest with your partner, that partner can't trust you, and so on and so forth. So I always compare alternative lifestyle as puzzle pieces. You have your puzzle piece and it makes your portrait of whatever it might be. But these puzzle pieces are interchangeable with other puzzle pieces, and you can pull puzzle pieces from other puzzles to make a whole new picture. Now, the other thing is that your puzzle is also your house. You have your foundation, you have your walls, and you have your roof. And these polyamorous, swinging, open relationship, BDSM, all these things are just to enhance what you already have. Now, if you don't have a strong relationship already and you're trying to save your relationship, it will not work. Now, somebody's going to argue with me. I've been in this lifestyle for a long time. People that try to get into it last maybe 5 years. Yep, that's about it. So, in conclusion to all of that, ethical, consensual, non-monogamy is becoming more and more widespread. Since 2005, 2015, it really like skyrocketed. The fact that people are openly talking more about their sexuality, their desires, it's becoming more and more incredibly exciting. Just having the topic on the table can add excitement to your relationship. Just having this conversation with your significant other it's going to bring something new to your table. Now, it's also going to it's going to show the cracks in your relationship as well. So you have to have those communications, you have to have those boundaries, you have to have those things set up on what's going to happen if you get a little bit jealous or you get a little bit insecure. What's going to happen? And you should always follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of your time and everything should go to your primary partner, and 20% should go to your secondary, no matter what your relationship is. So these ethical, consensual, non-monogamy relationships are becoming more and widespread. Just having the topic on the table is huge. Relationships in general, no matter what they are hard work between two people. So make sure that you're on great ground, stable grounds before you start adding a new partner, because new partners bring a lot of different instability, basically. I think what makes them hard is, and often contributes to their demise, is the lack of openness of communication and sexual expression. If you are in a place where you feel stifled and do not know what to do next, this might be an option that you might want to consider. I love the fact that it's opening up people for communication and openness, and nothing is a definite. Nothing. You can change things, pick and choose, go to a buffet of relationships. It's incredible. And it's a great way to start. COVID has brought a lot of us into looking at what our dynamics are. It has been a great way to start starting having those communications, because a lot of us were locked up with our significant others. So we really grew over the last year, or we didn't. So if you didn't grow over the last year, maybe it's time to start thinking about if consensual, ethical, non-monogamy is for you. And it's such a vast system. Almost everybody can find something that is in it. So thank you very much for your time. Please be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and remember, open, honest, transparency, communication is the only way that you can be in any type of lifestyle, whether it be vanilla or BDSM. And you guys all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.